This is Crocodile 1240. I'm your Action News reporter, K.W. Wayne. And as an Action News reporter, well, I'm sitting on my ass. This show, as it has always been, is dedicated to health, to diet, as well as to helping you save money in the process. Well, if you can be healthier and if you can be a few pounds lighter, why not save a little bit of money too? And we will show you where you can invest some of that money to help to bring about the best possible outcome for you and for your family. Now, as an Action News reporter who's just sitting here, it's only because I'm crippled up. When you're an old man and you're crippled up, well, you just sit there. But I want to try to help people who are seniors to possibly save a little money so that they have a little money that they can either invest or they can put it into things that they absolutely need. Same thing with people who are disabled. I was disabled when I was 40 years of age. That's when things really went downhill for me. I was in over 40 accidents. Now, you would say I'm careless, but I will say that many of those accidents were not my fault. I do take credit for a few of them, especially some of the really good ones. But I don't take credit for all of them because I was a sitting duck a few different times. And someday we'll talk about that. There are some things that you can do as a person who needs to save a little money. If you're coming out to the end of the month and you don't have enough money to do what you need to do, well, there's a lot of things that you can do. Number one, I'm not eating nearly as much food anymore because I have given myself a 6-hour window from noon until 6 p.m. That's the only time that I can eat during the course of the day. The rest of the time, I have to drink warm water or maybe coffee with nothing in it, or possibly a little bit of tea. And that's what I do. When I'm going to go out and about, I do not spend money on all of the things that a lot of people like to spend money on. The reason that I don't spend a lot of money on those different things is because of the fact that I want to save as much as I can. The next time I need to buy a car, I want to be able to buy it without having to take a loan. The only way you can do that is through saving money. So what do? Well, as you're spending your money over the course of a week or a month or whatever it is, write down everything that you purchase. And then you go through that list. Say $1 for such and such, $3 for such and such, $10 for such and such. And what you do then is you look at all those things that you purchased during the course of the month and you begin to ask yourself, what can I eliminate from that? And as you begin to eliminate that, well, you wind up in a situation where if you're not paying that $3 out anymore, that's $3 you can save. You can put that in the kitty, whether it is an envelope that you have that says emergency fund or whatever. It's always important to have some money back. We have gotten to a point in this country where it's hard to have money set back because things are just too expensive. And so what we need to do is we need to cut costs. The idea of eating in a 6-hour window, I will have between 12 and 1 o'clock, I will have my first meal, okay? And I have a conservative meal. And then around 5 o'clock, I have my other meal. Now, during the day in between, I might have a piece of fruit, or I might cut up a cucumber. Maybe I might have a few carrot and celery sticks. But I don't buy those things at the store. I go ahead, I cut those things up myself. At breakfast time, I like to have an avocado. Avocados are healthy as far as I'm concerned. What does it do for me? Well, one thing it does for me is it gives me some protein and cholesterol that doesn't have bad cholesterol in it. It's actually good cholesterol. And it will help to replace maybe some of the bad cholesterol that you have eaten during the course of the day. So if you have an avocado, it can help in that regard. Now, a lot of people don't like avocado, and that's okay. Avocado and cucumber, quite frankly, my two favorite foods. I do have other foods that I like as well, but those are the two things that I try to eat every day. I'll peel a cucumber, I'll peel an avocado, and those are two of the things that I eat over the course of my 6-hour window. Now, I'm not telling you to have a 6-hour window. You have whatever window you need to have to keep your health. I'm doing this because I need to lose some weight. I have lost 60 pounds so far. In 8 months, I've lost 60 pounds, and I'll tell you, I do feel a little bit better. I look a little bit smaller. When I go to get into the car, my tummy is not close to the steering wheel anymore. I have several inches between myself and that steering wheel that I never had before. My tummy, I would always set stuff here on my tummy because it was a nice ledge and it was a great shelf. I don't have a shelf there anymore. It's gone down. And I'm going to continue to try to do those kinds of things for my health. Diet is very important, and eating intelligently is very important. But you can save money while you're eating more intelligent. We are talking about elderly people on this show. We're talking about disabled people on this show, and I'm both. I'm an elderly man who was disabled when I was 40 years of age. And it got to the point where my health just went crazy. Neurologically, I was having problems. Emotionally, I was having problems. But physically, I was really a mess. I had heart problems. I had lung problems. I had all kinds of issues. Then all of the accidents coupled on top of all of that pretty much destroyed my body. And so I've had to live with that all these years. The reason that I have changed my channel from K.W. Wayne's Opinions to Crocodile 1240 is because of the fact that I want to give you an opportunity to see some of the things that I am doing. I want you to have an opportunity to be a part of a healthier world. One thing that is healthy for us is to have a positive attitude. On this show, I like to laugh. On this show, I like to smile. On this show, I even sing once in a while. But the reason that I do these things is because I want to have a positive attitude. My hope for you is that you will also have a positive attitude, that you will actually feel a lot better, and that you will do a lot better in the future. One of the ways that we can do that is through better health, better eating, losing a little bit of weight. But there's another thing. If you can save some money and you can begin to look in that envelope and say, oh my goodness, yesterday I had $3. I just put $2 more into that. That's $5. That's $5 that you didn't have saved back before. And how can you do that? You list everything that you spend money on and then decide what you can get rid of. One of the things I've gotten rid of, I go to the gas station. If I'm going to put $20 into my gas tank, that's what I do. I do not buy anything else when I go to the gas station. I don't buy myself a sausage. I don't buy myself a bottle of water or anything. I have a little case, and it's a thermalated case, and I go ahead and I put a couple bottles of water in there. If I want coffee during the day, I have a little thermos. I'll put some coffee in there that I make at home. I always have my coffee black, and what do? I pour it into my cup as I need it. And I try to limit the amount of coffee that I drink anyway. And the reason I try to limit that amount of coffee is because of the fact that I want to be healthy. And having some coffee is not bad for you. Having a lot of coffee can become a problem. This is KW Wayne. The channel is now called Crocodile 1240. Kind of like what you would see on your AM dial, I guess. And we're not on the AM dial, but maybe someday we will be. You folks have a good day.